Welcome to the second annual Junior Achievement Shark Bowl. My name is Mike Campbell. I'm the Director of North Florida Operations for the Jim Moran Institute for Global Entrepreneurship at Florida State University College of Business. And yeah, boss gives me two-sided cards. Junior Achievement went into the schools 2 years ago and beta tested this program. We did it with 60 students and for the entrepreneur programs, and they went through 6 hours of learning how to think entrepreneurial. Last year, we went from 60 students to 1,500. And this year, we did even more than that, which is incredible for the program. So give it up for Junior Achievement. Y'all are here to see a Shark Tank, right? Yeah, you're not going to see it. This is a guppy tank, all right? This isn't like Mr. Wonderful on TV. This is going to be a little bit on scaled down, but the same idea. We wanted to teach these kids how to think entrepreneurial. So what you're going to see tonight is them covering their idea, and it wasn't about the idea, but what was the value proposition? Who are their customer segments? How are they going to reach them? More importantly, how are they going to keep them? What activities did they have to go through to make this value proposition work? Who are their resources or partners? And what income and expenses they were going to have with it. So we had over 1,500 students do that. This program is orchestrated by 100% of volunteers with one full-time employee and one part-time employee, which is incredible. And I want to thank Ms. Chrissy Strickland, the Program Director for Junior Achievement, who leads this effort. Chrissy, stand up. Chrissy did a great job, but we couldn't have done it without the help of Leon County Schools staff and administrators. And I want to recognize Tiffany Randolph, Josie McDaniel, Carrie Molinaro, Melissa Cooper, Jenny Blair, and Josh Stewart. Are y'all here? Stand up, please. Any of you here? Very good. Without them spearheading it up through the schools, we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. And the volunteers. Like I said, this was taught by 100% of volunteers. So if you're a volunteer teaching this course this year, could you stand up? How many volunteers do I have? Now, some of them aren't in the room, but... These are professionals in this community, business owners, and people that care about our kids in Leon County Schools. And they volunteer their time to make a difference in their world. And we hope that these kids, 1,500 went through last year. Chris Mills is going to come up in a minute, giving an update on this year. But we hope if they don't become entrepreneurials, they are going to think entrepreneurial. They're going to be better workers for the businesses because they're going to understand the value proposition and what a business goes through to operate. So we took this program 2 years ago, as I said, and we tested it. And one of the things we found out was that what were we going to do with the kids when they left high school? When you have the kids look at you and go, now what? And you're like, oops. So what we did is we pulled together community volunteers and community leaders. And they came from the city, the county, FSU, TCC, FAMU, Innovation Park, Domi Station, and the Office of Economic Vitality, along with others. So if you served on that committee, can you please stand up and be recognized? I saw a few of them here. This is one of the goals of Junior Achievement, to be the catalyst for entrepreneurship between Leon County Schools and the community, and we got a lot of work to do. So any of you that want to help with this program, just let us know. So how did we get here tonight? Tonight, each class picked a winning student, picked a winning idea from the class, and the school judges then picked the top of their school. The school then had 5 of those kids do an assembly, and they picked that assembly. We had judges, and they picked the winner to represent the school tonight. So what you're seeing is the finale to the program. These are the kids that represent their schools and can be the best of the best. And I got to tell you, they've worked hard and they've done a great job. So before I go into the judging and a little more of that, I want to introduce the chair of the Be Entrepreneur for Junior Achievement, Mr. Chris Mills. Chris?
Well, this is exciting. I get the privilege to start this off with a bang. If you are a student in here that was a finalist with a display board tonight, stand up, please. So out of 1,500 students, these are your top 25, okay? So we had a secret judge go around tonight from the board to do one last round of judging, and 3 of you are going to get $50 in cash right now on the spot. So the first winner I would like to call up is Diamond Bowie. Is she here? And then Philip Dillon. And Maisha Easter. Let's give them a round. So I just wanted to take a minute to talk through the actual Be Entrepreneurship program and highlight some of the successes that we have had. It's been a great partnership with Leon County Schools. So the program this year, we had over 45 different volunteers teaching 57 different classes. And that provided over 1,200 hours of delivery to all the classrooms. We reached over 1,500 students with the program. Most of them were delivered through the English 3 program at the junior level. We had hundreds of volunteers that supported JA through the board of directors, different events, and of course through our volunteers. And last but not least, none of this is possible without our sponsors. You are going to see tonight we have over $10,000 worth of cash prizes, awards, and scholarships to these recipients of the top 5 finalists. That is remarkable, and it's due to all of our sponsors. So first, we would like to pause and thank our presenting sponsors. And our presenting sponsors are TCC, the FSU College of Business, and the FAMU School of Business and Industry. It's with their generosity that we're able to support this program, and we thank them very much and all the other support to our programs throughout the year. Secondly, the Jim Moran Institute for Global Entrepreneurship. They have been helping support the JA mission in Leon County for over 15 years through their financial support and through their program support. So we'd like to thank them as well. And lastly, we are very appreciative of other supporters and other sponsors. The Nobles Consulting Group, CenturyLink, SunTrust Bank, and Regions Bank. They have all been instrumental to our financial success and through our success to the students. So now I'm going to call up Jim English. He is the chair of the Junior Achievement Big Ben here in town. He's going to tell you more about our initiatives here at JA Big Ben. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone, to the 2017 Junior Achievement Big Ben Shark Bowl. This is a great night. Again, my name is Jim English. I am honored to serve as the board chairperson for Junior Achievement. Junior Achievement, as we've heard Mike talk a moment ago, is a volunteer-driven organization. We serve K through 12 students in Leon County, really promoting financial literacy, work readiness, as well as entrepreneurship. Our volunteers, they give of their time. They spend in the classroom working with Leon County students, delivering our program. And these volunteers are they're the drivers of our mission. Our mission is to inspire and prepare young people to succeed in a global economy. And what you're seeing this evening shows that we take this mission to heart. So if you are inspired by what you see this evening, in each one of your seats is a how can I get involved card. And so if you like what you see tonight, if it inspires you and if our mission inspires you, we hope that you'd fill out one of those cards, return them to me, return them to any of our volunteers or any of our board members, and we'd love to show you how you can be a part and impact students in our community as well. I'd also like to recognize and show our appreciation to Leon County Schools for their tremendous partnership. Our ability to work together and deliver programming to impact our students is key to our success and allows us to lead our community and our future. So thank you all again for being here this evening, and I'd like to introduce Dr. Alan Cox with Leon County Schools. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations to the finalists and semifinalists, and thank you to the volunteers. Y'all are what makes these kind of things go for us. So one of the things I do is I'm in charge of K-12 school management, and this is a secondary initiative here. But I'm also past principal of Chiles High School. I was there for 13 years, and we have this program in the school there. But in the world of academics, there's three things that make a big difference, and they're the 3 R's, and it's rigor, relevance, and relationships. So if you have a curriculum, this has to be rigorous. It has to really make a difference. It has to be tough. You have to have a relevance, and I'll get back to that, and then you have to have a relationship. Those students need to know that that teacher has their best interest in mind. But let's go to relevance, and that's what this is about. This type of activity is what we call authentic education. And it's taking those strategies that we learn in the class and applies them to real-world things. So I will, with Superintendent Hanna, who I'll introduce in a minute, will continue to push this and try to see if we can get more programs into our schools. Try to find those subject areas that we can fit it into. That's always a challenge for us. I always like, when I've mentioned this before, I usually recommend a book or two that deal with entrepreneurship. I actually have a personal interest in that myself. There's 2 books that I finished recently. One's called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. I advise everybody to read that book. What this guy did is he looked at some of the most successful entrepreneurs we've had in our country. Henry Ford, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. And he said, what made those guys successful? And what he came up with is something called a 10,000-hour rule. So it takes them, those guys just didn't happen overnight. Their stories were unbelievable, but it took basically 10,000 hours of exploration in their area before they made it big. And the second book is by Thomas Stanley, and it's called The Millionaire Next Door. This was a 20-year longitudinal study of what do millionaires look like in our country. It's very eye-opening. What do they eat, drink? What do they wear? What kind of cars do they drive? Who are they? Almost 9 out of 10 in our country are first generation millionaires, small business owners. So those 2 books, y'all get those, and I've mentioned that to the students earlier. But at this time, I would like to welcome our superintendent to the stage, our Superintendent Rocky Hanna here. And Rocky was he was a fellow principal at Leon High School, and by far the most popular principal with his students and his families and everything like that. And there's one thing I can tell you about him: he's going to put children first. He's proven that, and you can count on that. That's going to happen. Mr. Hanna.
Well, it's an honor to be here this evening, and Dr. Cox and I both are products of our public schools. And I went to Timber Lane Elementary School. Mr. Gilchrist was actually my principal 45 years ago, and then Raw Middle School, and like Alan, Leon High School. I'm excited. I wasn't here last year, but I heard all about it, and I am blown away. I watched some of it online on video on YouTube. And it just proves we have some very, very talented young people in our community, in our school system. You know, we talk a lot about tests, getting ready for tests, and testing of our students, getting ready for the Florida standards, getting ready for the AP exams, all these different tests. But you know what we don't teach? That, financial literacy. And had it not been for Mike, I just want to say thank you. I remember when you came to visit me at Leon and say, hey, we have this new program we want to introduce and infuse, and we tried to figure out, like, man, we need you, because we don't teach it to our kids. So when they leave high school, they might know how to pass that state math test or that state reading exam or the writing test, but with financial literacy, they are totally lost. So as a public school system, we are indebted to you, to JA, to the Jim Moran Institute. So how about a round of applause for all that they give our school system? I'd also like to recognize one of our board members, Maggie Lewis Butler, is here. So, Ms. Butler, thank you so much for joining us. I know this program is near and dear to your heart as well. So how about a round of applause for Ms. Lewis Butler? So I've been up here long enough. I'm ready to get this show started. I'm excited for the presenters. I want to congratulate everyone that participated. You're all winners. And again, thank you to JA and all that you do with financial literacy in our schools to teach our kids as they grow on, as they move into the next step of life, whether it's going into the workplace or going to college. So thank you so very much for having me.
We've had a lot of thank yous. There's one more we need to do, and actually a few more, but I'm going to lump them into one. Where's Chantel Fuller? Is she in the room right now, or did she run out? She's probably hitting the food. Chantel actually is the one that's organized this entire event from an event planning. Chantel with the College of Business, you've done a great job. And all the volunteers that helped. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. Just to let you know, the students are presenting in random order. Drew met a hat. They found out about it when they got here. One's not happy. The rest of them are better. So what you're going to see is some ideas, and some of these may be on the market, some of them not. It doesn't matter. It's all about how they did with the coming up with the value proposition and going through the model, as I alluded to earlier. But tonight they're going to be judged. And the three judges we have tonight, we start off first with Miss Kimberly Moore, the Vice President of Workforce Development at Tallahassee Community College. Next is Dean Hartline. He's the Dean of the College of Business at Florida State University. And the director, and I've known Keith a long time, and I thought my title was long, Regional Director for the FSBDC at Florida A&M Business School, Keith Bowers. Did I get it right? All right, there you go. So we've asked them to only look about the top. We've asked the kids to go into the top topics when you're looking at the model. They're not going to go through their entire business plan. They have up to 5 minutes to do their presentation. If they go over the 5, I have to cut them off. At the end of the 5 minutes, the judges will then have 3 minutes to ask questions. After the judges are done with their questions, we're actually going to show you video interviews of the 4 runners-up for that school. Once those are done, we'll bring the next presenter up and so forth until we get through it, and then we will get with the awards afterwards. So, on that note, judges, are you ready?
Yes.
Where's my timekeepers? Is my timekeeper ready? Okay. And for our first contestant, Miss Liliana Todd with Chiles High School. Can I get her presentation up? You ready?
Yes,
Go.
sir. Okay, so this is Fidji. He's a 14-year-old boxer, and he's very cute. I love boxers, and I have a passion for dogs. So how I came about with this idea is hot cars. Unfortunately, Fidji's no longer with us. His owner just left him in a hot car for 4 hours, and he died of brain damage. And I want you to know that on a 70-degree day, in just 30 minutes, not even an hour, just 30 minutes, your car can reach up to 104 degrees. That's going to lead to brain damage, internal bleeding, and can ultimately cause death. And that's where my product comes into play. I want to save all the future Fidjis, and I want to make a difference. So, my value proposition. So, my product is going to revolutionize pet care. It's going to fix the problem of hot cars. So essentially what it is it's a self-sufficient heating and cooling system. So if you're going in a car into the store, you would place your animal into the dog chest. And then after that, you would set the timer, and then you would set the temperature. Now, when you went in the store, there's an app, and this app will help you manage the timer, your animal, and also the temperature. So how it's powered. It's powered by a fuel cell, and the fuel cell just generates electricity. And this is way more reliable than a battery because unlike a battery, a fuel cell, as long as it has oxygen, fuel, or air, it can just continually create that energy. For my customers, I want to launch towards early pet adopters, your hardcore pet owners, and your mainstream pet owners. I really want to get it out there because I think this is such an important product, and I think this is really something that, even in the state of Florida, it's so hot, you can really benefit from. For my channels, I want to first start small because my business is going to be small. I'm not going to be very big. So I want to launch in small mom and pop stores, small boutiques, your local boutiques, small stores that you don't see every day. But after I gain credibility there and I grow, I want to go into large box stores. So I want to go into Petco, PetSmart, Pet Supermarket as I grow and I gain credibility. For my customer relationships, I really, really want to partner with ASPCA, Humane Society, and all your charitable animal societies. I really want it to be endorsed by them. I want to give them my product and have them test it out, and I want them to be able to say, this is reliable, this thing works, I will back it, and we'll say that it's the next best thing in the market. Also, I have two main things, my technical support. So my technical support basically will ensure that I have any questions answered and also that I can get any feedback. And then lastly, as my product grows, I want future accessories, whether it's mats, changeable metal, anything, ways to clean it, anything like that as my product grows. So my key activities, so first obviously I'm going to start researching the marketplace. What's the best way to build this? What's the most economical way to build this? However, I want to do quality over quantity. It's not how many I can produce, it's the best way I can produce it. Next is I need to create a business case to show initial costs and return on investments for bankers and for my financial investors. And also after that, once it's made, once it's built, once I test it and I know it's reliable, I can hire a marketing firm that's going to give me a marketing design so I can pitch it and I can start selling it. For my key resources, researchers and designers are going to be essential. But the most important thing is going to be electrical and mechanical engineers and also designers. They're going to be building my product. And then also investors and marketing firms. So my investors are just going to cover your capital expenditures, your research and development, your government patents, all that, things like that. For my key partners, obviously financial investors, like I just said, they're going to be paying for it. So the more financial investors I have, the better quality I can make it, and the more ways I can improve it. Like I said, I really want to partner with ASPCA, animal societies, humane societies, things like that, just so it can be endorsed by them. So that way, when you buy my product, you feel more comfortable because you know that these places are backing it. And then also Petco, PetSmart, Pet Supermarket, because that's where I'm going to be selling it. So I want to make sure I partner with them and I know everything about those stores. For my expenditures and revenues, I want to start with expenditures first. My expenditures are going to be research and development, capital expenditures, marketing, and overhead. So like I said, the more investors I get, the more it can go into my expenditures and the more it can go into my research and my development and my marketing. The more marketing you have, the more you can get it out there. And then for my revenues, I want to be wholesale. So I want to sell directly to Petco, PetSmart, Pet Supermarket, all industrial, commercial, and professional business users. That's where I want to sell to. So essentially, besides the investors, besides the financial support, I want my product to save animals. That's what it's all about. That's what I'm about. And as I grow, that's what I want to be remembered for, is that I save animals. Thank
Great
you.
job. Judges, questions?
Absolutely. Great job, Liliana. I loved hearing it. I loved hearing your passion. Quick question regarding piloting. We talked about that you would ultimately like to end up with PetSmart and Petco, but what about piloting? What's going to be your strategy there? Are you going to do it here locally, or how are you?
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, I'd want to start locally. So as I grew out of the local boutiques and I grew into the large box stores, I would want to start locally as I could get the most support from those stores. And then as I gained credibility and as my product grew, I would then go nationwide and then I would go worldwide after that.
Great.
So great job.
Thank you.
Since the ASPCA is considered somewhat of a controversial organization, how do you think that will resonate with your potential customers?
One thing with ASPCA is I really want to keep in mind that beside all the controversial, I just really want to keep in mind that it's for the dogs, and it's just to help them and save them, and that's what it's about.
Keith?
Yeah. I agree. You did a great job with the presentation. One of the things that stands out is that, pet industry is probably one of the fastest growing industries out there in the market. So being able to plug into that, have you considered maybe forming other partners and how you could, have you thought beyond just a consumer purchase to where you may be able to sell this to folks that are on the commercial side?
Yes, sir. So I'd like to partner with other people, and the quickest way, I don't want to grow the quickest way, I want to grow what's best for my product. So I wouldn't want to spend too much time in local boutiques, but I also want to make sure that I'm getting feedback from my customers before I launch right into big box stores like that, because I want to make sure before I go to those big box stores, even though they want the fastest growing product on the market, I do want to make sure it's still the best quality product on the market before I launch into those large box stores.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Who do you consider to be your main competitors?
My main competitors would probably be things like they had a solar-powered way to air condition their car, things like that, or just being able to somehow leave your car on and keep the car running, things like that, and I think that would be the biggest thing.
Is that it? Very good. Great job. As I said, that was the one nervous going first, right? Can we roll the videos? Let's see the videos.
My product is called NoJack, and what it is it's a fingerprint activated steering wheel, so it remains locked until your fingerprint is recognized, so it's helped to prevent your car from being stolen, because if you can't move the steering wheel, you can't really drive the car off.
My product is the Cool Box. It's a truck bed toolbox that features half removable cooler and half a conventional toolbox. And this cooler would allow you to take it with you wherever you go on your boat or out to the ball field with your kids.
And my product was the Rhodes alarm system. And what it was a small detachable camera that you place on the inside and outside of your car. Whenever you swerve onto another lane or swerve off the road, an alarm goes off to kind of get your attention back to you driving. It does that, and it starts recording immediately whenever you swerve off the road. So whoever your parents or a police officer can know what caused the crash, and they can know everything exactly what happened about that car crash.
And my product is the Drop and Dry, and essentially what it is a stacked washer and dryer that is controlled by a smartphone app. Once the wash is done, it'll be dropped into the dryer, and once the dryer is done, it'll be dropped into the basket. You can control basically every part of it from the app, including notifications. You can stop the process if you want it to take certain items out, and pretty much everything's through the app.
Our next contestant from Godby High School, Miss Tyra Brown. Tyra, come on up. Judges, you ready?
Yes. Oh,
I see a no.
the guys are still typing, so.
We good?
Uh-huh.
All right. Ty, you ready?
Yeah.
Very good. Ready? Go.
Okay. So, how many people have a car, right? Yes. Yeah. Great. Okay. Well, I have a car. Well, I don't. My mom does, but I ride in it, so it's basically mine. Anyway, my car breaks down a lot. And unfortunately, my dad has to fix it a lot. And sometimes there's some stuff that he can't do. He can't get to us when we're on the side of the road. So I came up with a business to help people like me and my mom who cannot change a tire on the side of the road, or we don't really have time to go take our car to a mechanic shop during the weekday and have them take it for days and days. So I create the mobile mechanic service. The problem I'm trying to solve is how inconvenient they are. We have to take our car to a shop, let's say on a Friday, but the mechanic shop is closed on Saturday and Sunday, so we have to pick it up on Monday, and on Monday we have to take off work. By we, I mean my mom, of course. So that's just so frustrating. I don't know, for my mom. So yeah, that's the problem I'm trying to solve. And the goal is to fix your car wherever you are. And even not just when it breaks down, but to change your oil, to change your tires, to do just the daily repairs, not the daily, hopefully, jeez. But just the normal repairs that you have to do for your car to keep it going. Yeah, and if it's something that's too hard that we can't fix, then we'll tow it to another mechanic shop that we will partner with, and they'll fix it for you. And it'll be somebody that we recommend so that, you know, we trust them. They'll get it to you timely, just like we will. Oh, my favorite part. The customers. The customers are everyone with the car. Boo. But mostly college students, because, I don't know, we cannot do anything. Excuse me. We cannot do anything. Students, myself, I don't know how to change oil in my car. I don't know how to change a tire, really. I kind of know the basics, but that is who we are targeting, and single adults who don't have someone like my dad to fix their car. So, and also the elderly, because I don't want my grandmother out there, you know, trying to fix her car, trying to figure out how to trying to make plans and stressing about how to fix her car, because she doesn't need to worry about stuff like that. So yeah, that's why. That's one of my topics. And to get my business out there, I'll use I put posters up around college campuses. Use all the social media apps, because I myself, I'm on my phone like 24/7. So I mean, and it's the best way. I'm sorry, I keep hitting this thing. But it's the best way to get to people my age, college students, and my mom also. She's on Facebook a lot too, and I know this is how she gets most of her recommendations for businesses she might want to use. So Facebook, newspaper for people who still read those, and also and also senior centers to contact the elderly. Customer relationships. Okay. My plan is to get the job done right and get it done fast, okay? And to ensure that your car is working properly and we did our job, we will send follow-up notes just to make sure, you know. It's always good. And also build a relationship with the business and the customer, because I feel like that is also very important. So, key activities. Obtain funds, because to start up a business you need money, so that's just a given. A great team of mechanics to, again, get the job done right. Tools like wrenches and hammers and
Oh, you're gonna kill that car.
that mechanics use. And I will also need marketing to advertise and start up a website for it to be easier to.
All right, Tyra, you hit the
That's
5
it?
minutes.
Okay, I'm just gonna run through the slides. Thank you.
There you go. We got rules. Judges, 3 minutes for you.
Quick question for you. Good presentation.
Thanks.
Will you have a large enough workforce or network to honor the promise that you're making of timely service, get it done same
Yeah.
day.
That is my plan. My plan is also to contact places like Lively that, they train really good mechanics there, and basically get them into my business. So start out places like FSU or Tallahassee where we have a lot of college campuses, and then build out that way.
Okay.
Who do you consider your most viable competitors?
I think it's AAA, but the only reason I consider them a competitor is because I feel like people don't really know my business. My business is not just for when you break down. It's also for just like the normal everyday repairs when you don't have time to get off work and you need somebody to come to you.
Keith?
How will you make sure that your mechanics are working in a safe space if they go to a place where the car is maybe broken down? How do you resolve that issue?
Well, the plan is for the mechanics to kind of, I want to say when they go to the place or they look up the place to see where is the best place, the safest place. I really would not prefer them to stay on the side of the road, but it happens, and they can also tow it to a safer place if needed be.
Any other questions? We good?
We're good.
Very good.
Okay, great. Thank you.
They're going to be safe on the side of the road with that hammer, Keith.
Yes. We're gonna hit them with it, right?
You roll the video for the runners up for Godby.
My shoe company is going to be Sneakerhead. Is where you basically customize your shoes and also trade off the shoes that you have, where you can get money from off of it or also trade in for another shoe for half the price. Now, what's special about our shoes that we make is that it's made from recycled plastics. See, what we do is that we go to a recycling plant, pay a certain price, and to get that plastic, and then make the shoes from out of it.
Whitfield Heating and Air. You can call me, I can fix it. And for a cheap price, I have the lowest price in Tallahassee. If someone beats my price, I'll lower it down. And I'm gonna try to have the trucks equipped with everything they'll need, everything so they don't have to run to a parts house and have to charge you more if it's at night. It's gonna be 24-hour repair.
Of a welding company. That welding company will be 2 parts. One welding team will stay in Tallahassee. They will weld up everyday things such as lawn mowers, fishing boats, furniture, anything that's metal and that can be fixed and repaired, welding. And then I will have another welding crew that will travel around the United States and will weld up pipelines, work shutdowns, work for big-time companies such as Georgia Pacific and other ones like that.
My product is a customizable wheelchair. I called it Pimp My Wheelchair. And it's basically any wheelchair, electric or regular wheelchair that'll be able to be customized for younger kids any person with a disability that has to spend their life in a wheelchair. They can have either a cartoon or balloons or lines or shapes on the wheelchair, and the wheels can even be customized with wheel caps. Military veterans, they can have either the branch that they're in on their wheelchair or whatever it is that they like.
From Rickards High School, our next participant is Elize Tolliver. Elize, come on up. Judges, you all ready?
Yes.
All right, timekeeper ready? Elize, go.
My business is called Click It. While writing, ever get tired of having to highlight or white something out, but have to rummage through your drawers to find it? Well, look no further. It's all in one place. A 4-in-1 writing utensil that allows the beholder to have a highlighter, pen, pencil, and whiteout marker encased in one sleek metal writing utensil. I want to target teachers, students, and offices. I plan to channel people by online ads, newspaper ads, commercials, flyers at schools, and online ads. My customer relationship. I'll have coupons printed on the back of packaging, for example, buy two, get one free, 100% money back guarantee, and replace your purchase. And of course, new add-ons like a flashlight. How I begin. I need warehouse and production room, grants, loans, and of course our engineers for the construction of the model. My key resources. I will write a business proposal, apply for a loan at a local bank, and apply for loans. You're good. My key partners are Papermate, Sharpie, and Bic. My expenditures are production, materials, workers, and marketing. Revenues are income from sales, direct sale, and wholesale. The problem first presented itself from when I was sitting in the classroom. We were making prototypes out of pipe cleaners. So I was sitting there thinking, what am I going to do? I heard somebody say, I need whiteout for this because of the booklet they gave us. So they were like, I need whiteout. I wrote in pen. So I thought, why can't we just have this all in one thing? So I made a prototype of like a little pen, and it's in 4 compartments, and you twist it, and you put the part that you want to use on the end. Thank you.
Good job. Judges, questions?
Sure. Does a similar product exist currently in the market?
There is a highlighter that has different parts and different colors, but from what I've seen, no.
Okay. Thank you.
Have you tested your prototype and received any feedback from potential customers?
I did a survey around my school to see who would use it. I had a large amount of students that were actually very encouraging of the product. I didn't actually have a prototype, though. It was just made out of pipe cleaners.
Okay.
So how would your partnerships work to promote your product?
Well, at first I would probably have like a couple family friends or something that I would present the project to, and slowly grasp of an idea of how I would shoot to contact these big companies and present to them. And hopefully they would just kind of grasp to the idea.
Good. Any other questions? Good. Great job.
Thank you.
Can we get the video for Ricker's runner-up?
Because if you got to learn somewhere, so it's better to learn now than if you have a business and then you learn then and you flop. So it's better to learn now than later.
My product is a dance studio. It's called a DICE Diverse Dance Studio. And it's for the low-income minority and also the handicapped. It provides basically an after-school service for them to go and relieve whatever they need to, but through arts. As in, if you do music, if you have dance, if you do art, any of that, you can go there. And it's basically, the value is that I bring in kids that get overlooked. As in, opportunities you would not really receive, you receive them at my facility.
My product is Save One Life, Save All. It's a wristband that goes around your corporal wrist, and it detects anything that goes on in your body, like having high blood pressure, blood clots going to your brain, anything. And it makes noises on the wristband, and it will allow you to call the emergencies or for you to go to the doctor. And it saves your life, basically.
My service is a pet home for animals who are about to be put down due to lack of space in shelters, or their owners can't afford treatment, so they have to be put down. My service would appeal to a lot of animal lovers who don't want to put their animal down.
My product is the Booty Do. It's a undergarment that has silicone implants in the breast area and in the buttocks area. It's for breast cancer patients that have had their breast removed and for people that can't afford plastic surgery.
There's always creativity in there.
Yes, there is.
Our next contestant from Lincoln High School, Mr. Jackson Rhodes. Jackson? Timekeeper ready? Judges, you ready? All
Good
right.
evening, everyone. First, I want to get a show of hands of everyone who owns or ever has owned a cat or dog. Okay. Now, how many of you have ever had that cat or dog hit by a car? Well, it may be hard to believe, but the latest reports show that there was roughly 6 million cats and dogs killed by a car. And that's also around the amount killed in shelters each year. The scary fact about it is that there's a 100% chance that it could happen to any one of our pets, which is why I chose to prevent that by a light-up collar. And I don't care if you're black, white, brown, or neon green. If it's nighttime and you're not lit up, no one's going to be able to see you, which is why it's so important that our pets are equipped with these. The Retriever is not like any other light-up collar. It'll be waterproof, rechargeable, and it's wrapped in paracord that can be undone in any situation. For an additional cost, you can add on a shock collar that has settings for bark control, training, and for yard perimeter, which would normally be 3 separate collars at 3 different costs, but instead it would be all in one. And you could add on a smartphone linked GPS to always know where your pet is. That's a picture of it, and then that's it on the dog. And then, so to get my product known, I would go out to dog parks, small businesses, conventions, pounds, and vets to show off my product and how it will work. And then I will give away free trials and coupons and sharing on social media. Customers are a huge aspect of business. In fact, a business cannot run without any. So it is very important that I develop good customer relationships, and these will be acquired by having the customer come back for more. So since most people that own pets have more than one, you buy one collar, you get the next one 50% off. Or when you sign up for a membership, you get something that won't cost me much but make you feel special, like a nameplate. And then also by constantly improving and creating new products and features. The key activities or how I'm going to test the success of my product is by buying a safe and budget amount of supplies, creating the product, and then going to small businesses or local businesses and selling the product. And then after a certain amount of time on the market, I'd analyze how it's sold, whether or not it's successful enough to continue the business and go on to the next level. The key resources are the ones that are going to keep my business a success are my suppliers, designers, creators, advertisers, shippers, and retailers. My key partners are the ones I'm going to have to build, which is going to be a banker, the suppliers for the paracord, getting it as cheap as possible, and then by a lighting designer or engineer, and then also a reputable shock collar brand that everyone will be pleased with. And then for the GPS developer, with it being smartphone linked, then it'll be as affordable as possible. And then my expenditures are the ones that I'm going to be paying and hiring. So that would be my workers, suppliers, marketers, and so on. And then my revenues will come not only from selling the product individually online, but going and selling it to wholesalers that can then resell it in their stores. And then thank you for your time.
Great job, Jackson. Judges?
Great job. Looks like you've been thinking about this for a while.
Thank
So who's your competition?
Who is my competition?
Yeah, who's your competition?
Pretty much every other person that makes shock collar brands, but I would keep it to my power by making it better than the others, by the new features that others don't have,
and by making it rechargeable like others don't, or waterproof.
Great.
Can you scale it to a size that'll fit my Chihuahua?
The only problem with that is when there's a smaller collar, that's the less amount of light. You can always do it, but the effect goes down as the size goes down.
Are there currently any other collars like this on the market with all the features and
They
especially
have
the light?
the light only.
The light only?
Mhm.
And then how long is your charge? How long does the charge last on
The
there?
charge, it hasn't been established yet, but it would be enough to power, say, if you were to get the shock collar, it would be able to power that and the GPS, so it would be able to sustain at least a day.
Any more questions?
Can you make it in garnet and gold?
Oh, yes. They come in a variety of colors.
Judge, thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Jeff. Roll the runner up, please.
Carolina blue ain't cut.
Our economy has always been fueled and driven by small business and entrepreneurs.
My service was makeup artistry, so I would be mobile and have an in-house studio. It would appeal to women and members of the LGBT community that are into cosmetics.
My business was Build a Bra, and it's self-explanatory. You create your own bra, and it would appeal to mostly women, or I would say developing girls. It would help mostly for when they start growing.
So my product is a solar panel air conditioner that maintains a comfortable temperature inside your car while you are not driving, despite the temperatures outside. This product is going to appeal to lots of different people with all vehicle sizes, from a little Kia to an RV.
My product is the vibrating pillow. It's a product that will help heavy sleepers wake up early in the morning with both vibration and sounds. And it appeals to probably between the range of 20 to 40s.
And last but surely not least, Miss Kristin McGill with Leon High School. Kristin? Timekeeper ready? Judges? Kristin, go.
How many parents do I have out there who have young children who you have to fix a bottle for, and then you also have to do all the household duties, washing clothes, cooking, cleaning, everything else? Well, my product, the Easy Bottle, solves that issue. My product is what we know today as the Keurig coffee machine, now turned into a way to easily create baby bottles in an efficient manner. Now, my customer segment will be targeted towards parents with young children, even one child, any parent who is expecting a baby, and couples who plan to have a child in the near future. My channels, I plan to sell my product both in-store and online. Online would be a store more like targeted toward Amazon, and in-store would be more like Babies R Us, Target, Walmart, anything like that. My company also will have a website for any future buyers who want to buy my product and just wanted to get to know a little bit more about my product, who we are, what the product does, how much it costs, information like that. Now, my customer relations, I plan on making sure that my customers feel safe buying my product and using my product. Therefore, I will make sure that I make a perfect product, and that also I will give away discounts, coupons, and things like that to make sure that my customers want to come back and purchase more of my product. Now, my key activities would, of course, to be first to write a business plan. Then I would make sure that I obtain all of my legal documents to make sure that I have copyright, trademark, all those kind of things, and also to obtain a licensing document. Then my next step will be to begin to market my product. My key resources will be marketing companies and also distribution companies. My key partners will be any kind of baby-centered focused companies such as The Honest Company, Gerber, Enfamil, Similac, companies such as that, and also the K-Cup manufacturing companies. Now, my expenditures include payroll for my employees. I will also need to get insurance for my employees in case of anything happening to them while they're on the job. I will also have the transportation of goods because I will not be producing my own product. I will be having it manufactured. So I will need someone to transport it into the stores such as Walmart, Babies R Us. Now, all of my things will be sold all wholesale, and I will be selling both the K-Cups with the baby formula in them, as well as the machine to produce the baby bottle, and then any future accessories that my company plans to develop for the K-Cup machine. Thank you.
Very good. Judges?
So what is to keep Keurig or Gerber from just taking your idea away from you?
I'm sorry?
What is to keep Keurig, who owns the patent on the technology, what's to keep them and or the Gerber company from just taking your idea away?
Well, I plan to get a patent on it, and it's not going to be exactly a Keurig, but just to give you an idea of how it'll be formed and how it'll look almost like a Keurig, and it'll almost operate as if it were a coffee machine.
Kim or Keith?
I'm sorry. And explain the concept. What would actually be? Would you be selling like a container of something?
Yes, sir. Have you ever seen like the little K-Cups that go? It'll be just like that, but it'll be filled with baby formula as opposed to coffee grinds.
Okay. And then so the concept is that it would be sort of like a concentrate or a powder, and then the machine would actually liquefy it.
And it would go straight into the bottle.
Sir, have you identified your customer group? So have you tested the market to see how many of those parents that are doing all those multiple tasks have an interest in you creating this product?
I actually have. The people that I've told my idea to, they were like, oh my gosh, how has no one ever thought of this? And parents are like, oh my gosh, I need this like right now in my life. So, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Very good. Good job. Run the video.
So my product is called Blend and Twist. It's a beauty brush for blushes, anything really. You cut off the bristles and then you twist out all new bristles. Well, I plan on selling these in like places like QVC, Sephora, MAC, Ulta Beauty, places like that.
And my product is called Breakaway. It's an app that helps prevent kids from being distracted while they study. So you won't really, so let's say you're a high school student, you're trying to do your homework, your apps such as like Snapchat or Instagram or Twitter will actually be blocked. So you can't get onto it while you're trying to study, so there won't be any distractions. You'll be able to access the internet, but only like certain educational websites that'll help you with whatever like assignment you're doing. And then there's also these reward points that, like, if you study for an hour, you get little bonus points, and the bonus points will go towards either getting like money in your iTunes account, or you can you'll be able to like access your phone, like if it's an emergency and you need to like get onto your Snapchat, you'll be able to access it by entering in, the rewards points that you had earned up.
My project is a sports physical bus, and what it is, we have a mobile clinic based inside of a bus, and we go around to each of the middle and high schools in Tallahassee and give out sports physicals at the beginning of each sports season to all of the athletes who need them.
Okay, my product is a box that ships out musical equipment to customers directly to their door. They're able to pick exactly what they want delivered to them in the package, and it takes care of their need to go searching around several music stores around town and find their product.
What'd you think? Okay. Give them a big hand. Bring them on back out. Stay right there. You know, it takes a lot of guts to stand up here, and it took me a long time before I could do it, and I still get nervous, but you guys did a phenomenal job. Congratulations. Y'all want some money? Yeah? Okay. All right, so without further ado, we have tallied up the scores, I believe, and we're going to bring the sponsors up that are presenting the awards, and we're going to start with fifth place. And fifth place is going to receive, let me make sure I get my numbers right. They hit me up earlier and said, how much are we getting? Fifth place, I want to introduce Mr. Don Parks with Flagler University. Don's given a $500 scholarship and $200 cash to the fifth place winner.
I think this is the second competition, and it's amazing to see the ideas and the creativity of these students, and we're just proud to be a part of it. Flagler's been here on the TCC campus since 2000, and we prepare students with a bachelor's degree after they finish in TCC, and it's just a real honor to be here. Thank you.
So this is a part of the show where I muffed it because they're not ready with the scores, Dawn. So let's give them a second. So, Rocky, you want to give me your take on this real quick?
I hate to be one of the judges making this decision. Y'all, you're amazing.
Yeah. You know what they say, let somebody else take the fall and let talk, right? So right now, they're actually, what happened is we had electronic judging, and some of it didn't go through, but we had paper backup. So right now, they're actually tallying up the scores. And the scores are going to be tallied, and we have 4 people back there doing it. And, wow. Okay, we got 4 people. So anyways, anybody have any questions about the program? Christy, can I get you up here? I'm good at this. The reason I say that is because I'm part of the entrepreneur, but Christy handles the financial literacy. Can you talk to him real quick about the financial literacy program? Okay. Rocky, want to let everybody? Yeah, that we do in the schools.
Okay, all right. So Junior Achievement has 3 pillars that we focus on, and one is personal finance, one is entrepreneurship, and the other is work readiness. So personal finance is something that has been offered in Leon County Schools in economics, and so we sort of took back seat to that and then began offering the entrepreneurship program in high school. So that left us then with the work readiness program, which we now find is mandated in 8th grade. So we have a wonderful program at Swift Creek Middle School. And is Miss Rochelle still here? And she can speak to it well too. So this work readiness program helps kids prepare for the world of work. And so our goal will be to offer that in every middle school. And then we also offer different JA programs that hit on all 3 of these pillars in elementary school. In elementary school, there's a different program for every grade. So we incorporate entrepreneurship, work readiness, and personal finance into those elementary programs. Is that it? Did I answer it? Okay. Anything else? Thank you.
Technical difficulties. We do have the winners. We do have them all listed. They're writing them down right now, so they did. One thing I wanted to jump into your question back there. We have great resources in this community. And we are focusing more and more on helping the students. We have Domi Station, which is an incubator here in town. Is Dustin Daniels still in the room? Dustin Daniels with the mayor's office has been pivotal in helping with the startup community. We have Innovation Park that's starting to do great things. Ron, you guys are looking at putting an incubator in. We have the Jim Moran Institute, actually doesn't help the startup community. We pass off to Keith and others that do. But this community is thriving with resources to help, and we are adding the high school students to it. So we don't want to leave these kids as this is just competition, let's have fun and it's over. We want these kids not only to go on and think entrepreneurial, but we want the businesses here to stay in Tallahassee. And that's one of our goals for us. So, all right, Chris, are we ready? All right, now we're ready, folks. Sorry about that. Don, you want to give us a 5th place winner? Yeah, we got it.
Tyra Brown.
You'll stand over there. Hey, Rocky, you come for a picture? Hold on just a minute. We're going to get Rocky up here on the other side. There you go. Very good. Good job. You go back to me. Hey, Don, you got 4th place, too. And for 4th place, who is going to get $300 cash and a $500 scholarship from Flagler University?
Elise Tolliver.
How was that? Good job. Yep. Keith Bowers, can I get you to come up? Keith Bowers of FAMU is going to give the 3rd place, which is $1,000 cash.
And the winner for 3rd place is Kristin McGill.
Look at the camera. Good job. 2nd place, Dean Hartline. And 2nd place is going to get $1,500 cash.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So on behalf of FSU, thank you all for being here tonight. It's a real honor for the College of Business to be a sponsor. We plan to do this until you guys keep on doing it. So the 2nd place winner, this is not like a beauty contest, so if the 1st place winner can't serve, so the 2nd place winner is Liliana Todd.
Great job. In 1st place for $2,500 cash and $2,500 scholarship to TCC, Kim?
Yes. Jackson Rhodes. As.
Come back.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to say briefly, I can't tell you how much support that we have as a college with Dr. Jim Murdaugh and this initiative. Each year I bring the same request, the 2 years that we've done it. It's always go forward, do great things. And it's our pleasure to award the Investing in Our Future scholarship. So great job. Mm-hmm.
This year, you heard earlier that, and we have one more award, Superintendent, that you're going to help us with in a moment. But I just want to say, this year we did all 11th graders. We learned from last year because last year we had a 9th grader win it. And when they did, Kim Moore looked at me and I said, "You going to hold that scholarship for a few more years?" And so, and they did. So, but we have one more award, and I'm going to bring up Jim English to talk about the coveted cup that the school wins for having the winner. So, and to close us out. So, Jim?
All right. Well, congratulations to you all. You're all winners. So thank you very much. You know, it's become sort of an honor to hold the trophy, for the high school to hold the trophy, to hold the winner. And last year it was Liliana High School, and this year the trophy, I'm sorry, Chiles High School. I apologize, Chiles High School. Thank you for correcting me. Chiles had it last year, and this year, of course, the winner is going to go to Lincoln High School. So congratulations, come on up, and either from Lincoln High School that'd like to come up. Well, once again, we have a lot of winners here, and even the students that presented out in the hallway. Congratulations to you. You've done tremendous, tremendous work. One person we have to thank that really hasn't been thanked enough, and really was the brainchild of this entire event, and that's Mike Campbell. Mike, if you would, please come on out. You know, Mike put all this together. This was, his idea, brought the community together around this, and it has made it the successful program that it is. And we're honored to have you a part of Junior Achievement and the community. So thank you very much, Mike, for all you've done. You know, the Junior Achievement Big Bend Board spends a lot of time coming together and just talking about the things that we need to do to make the organization run, whether it's gathering volunteers or new members who might want to join our board of directors, how we're going to raise money and fund programming. And when we come together at an event like this tonight and we see the students and your great ideas, it sure makes us feel good about our future and about our community. And we want to thank everyone for coming tonight, for all the involvement, for everyone who volunteered in the classroom, who's a teacher at a school, who really cares about our students. Thank you very much. And if you want to become involved in Junior Achievement, fill out your cards and give it to someone here. Give it to myself or another volunteer, someone from our board of directors. There's a lot of ways you can get involved in JA Big Bend. We're always looking for volunteers for our classroom, join our board of directors, support JA Big Bend financially. All of those things help us deliver our mission and support programs that help the K through 12 students in our community. Thanks again for everyone for coming tonight, and again to all the winners. So thank you all.